Hi, I'm Scott of JHS Pedals. I'm here with Joel in Chicago at Chicago Music Exchange. We're going to take a look at a new pedal, the Crayon. So a lot of you guys are probably familiar with the JHS Colour Box. It's a utility, kind of all-in-one boost, overdrive, distortion, fuzz, preamp channel strip device. It even has XLR in and outs. Well, what I'm about to show you is how this pedal actually started. The idea of the Colour Box came about in 2012. By 2013, I had my first prototypes, flew to London and shot the Abbey Road demos that a lot of you have seen. In 2014, we debuted it. But what you may not know is that the original idea and the whole image of this pedal wasn't so many controls and features. It was one small box that you plugged in and it did one thing really well. Totally destroyed your guitar. Made it sound like you were plugged into an old desk console. That's where the Crayon comes in. So taking a look at the Crayon, we have an input. We have a 9 or 18 volt input. I recommend 9 because the circuit design sounds fantastic at 9. It's really dirty, it's really saturated, and it has a ton of power. If you want to go 18, you can. It'll add a little more low end, a little more volume, but 9 is great. Output to an amp or another pedal. The knob controls and a toggle, very simple stuff. Master is a master volume. Pre-volume, just like an old studio pre, is the amount of volume hitting the gain stages. You can think of this as a distortion or a dirt control. Then you have an EQ. When it's set in the middle, it's off, but this is an active tilt control. So when you roll it this way, you're rolling more bass in and less highs. And then when you go this way, more treble in, less bass. And then the high pass control, right now it's off. If I flip it up, I can choose internally between 200 Hertz and 750 Hertz, so you can kind of tweak that to your own taste. So that's the basic overview. Let's take a listen.
All right, so one of the big, I guess, complaints about the Colour Box is that it sounds really, really awesome and it does really cool things for guitar players, like in your normal signal chain, but it's $400. And a lot of that money is being spent on features that have no use to somebody who just wants to get that disgusting drive on their board. So it's not very a cost-effective guitar pedal. So that's what's so great about the Crayon, is it takes like, kind of the useful things to a guitarist out of the Colour Box and makes it into a much more affordable, smaller platform. And so obviously I'm seeing this for the first time, just like you are today. So I got to spend a little bit of time with it, and it's pretty wild. I mean, it does what you think it does, you know, what it should do. It does like the, you know, like the direct in, crank the mic pre, crazy, fuzzy, kind of exploding console distortion. It does that thing really, really well. But I mean, even just as an EQ pedal to color things, you can turn the drive down and get some really, really interesting sounds. One really cool feature that I don't even think was intentional, we just kind of discovered while noodling around earlier, is that if you have it cranked, like I do right now, the pre, it's really, really scuzzy when it's all full bore. If you take the volume down on your guitar, it cleans up exceptionally well. I think it's actually like a kind of a cooler, better clean sound than I was getting from the amp on its own, and it's a really good sounding clean amp. So for this demo, I'm using an absurdly clean 66 Gibson ES-335. This is legitimately like one of the cleanest guitars from 1966 I've ever seen. Going into the Morgan AC40, set it really clean. again, we're going to be getting all the dirt off of this guy, and then I'm just going to twiddle knobs and play stuff. I mean, again, there's no wrong way to use it. You'll probably find a bunch of cool things that I haven't even discovered yet when you get home and mess around with it in your rig, but hopefully you can get an idea of just some of the myriad of cool, bizarre tones you can get from the Crayon.
Thanks for watching the Crayon First Look here at CME. If you're looking for a dirt pedal that's different, unique, and like nothing you've ever played before, check out the Crayon. You can visit their website, www.chicagomusicexchange.com, or stop by the store. Have a great day.